In today's video, how to regain muscle after a harsh fat loss diet.
All by myself.
What's going on, guys? It's Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com, and thank you for tuning in for today's video where we're going to discuss what is the best approach to regaining muscle after you've gone through a really harsh fat loss phase. And the question came from my Instagram direct message, so I'll put my Instagram on the screen here. Send me a direct message. I scroll through them occasionally, and what I like to do is just grab a few questions here and there and post videos daily if possible. My schedule has been a little bit hectic lately, so I feel like I'm gonna have to adjust my timelines for these videos. I'm also, I think, gonna get a new camera that I can travel easier with. You see the setup I have here with the light and the big camera on the tripod. I feel like it's not ideal for when I travel. I don't like to pack it up and take it with me. So what I'm gonna do is purchase a good travel camera, more of a vlog style camera, that I can post more of these videos when I'm traveling, and I have some really good guests, because in the next couple weeks, it's gonna get crazy. Yeah, I'm going to Vancouver, then to Pittsburgh, then to Sacramento, then to Los Angeles, then to San Diego, then to Las Vegas, before I come home. So in all those places, I'm gonna be seeing some amazing people, spending time with Lauren Conlon, Dr. Joe, Brett Contreras, Brian DaCosta, amongst many others. And so I just feel like, didn't even mention Emily Hayden, but gosh, there's just so many awesome people that I get to see on these trips, and I feel like it'd be valuable to put them in these videos and get you guys some more information, so I'll be doing that. But for today's video, just old school. Now, I did get a new light, if it looks a little different. I was very pleased because, first of all, the other night I was doing a video, I left my light out and I tripped over the cord, smashed it, and it had a light bulb. So I ordered the same exact one I had off of Amazon, but it came and it's quite different. It's no longer a bulb, it's actually just like LED, so it might be break proof, but we'll see. But I also noticed it goes a lot brighter, so if you look, like, I can go brighter, I can go darker. Pretty neat. I think that's about right. I don't want too bright, right? So the topic is pretty good because it actually kind of relates to contest prep and to competitors and to myself, because I have some actual feedback that I'd like to provide on this video. So how do we go about regaining muscle that we lose during a harsh fat loss phase? Now, for someone like myself that competes in physique competitions, or those of us that diet down and do contest prep, our priorities during contest prep are to keep our muscle and maybe even continue building it through the process, okay? And how do we do that? Well, we make sure our protein is high, and we make sure our training remains a priority. So I don't feel like muscle loss is much of an issue during contest prep. However, I will say, as it addresses it to myself, my last competition was last year in October, and we're getting into July, and I'm just now starting to feel like my old self. My strength has skyrocketed in the last couple weeks. I've had a few people say to me that they notice I look fuller and bigger. I'm filling out my shirts again. Now, it's some of that body fat for sure, but my weight's not going up, but my muscle fullness and size really is. So I do feel like there has been some compensation in terms of putting on some lean body mass. And so how did I do that? Well, the first and most important thing is I got healthy. So if you're going through a harsh fat loss phase and you're dealing with some injuries, so you start skipping the gym because of those injuries, or because you're so heavy you can't lift as much or as well or recover as much, the first and easiest way to get your muscle back after a harsh fat loss phase is to get your training back to where it was. Because the key word you used here was get it back, meaning you liked it where it was, or you had some. So to get muscle back, it's a lot easier, and I mean a lot easier, than it is to build it the first time, okay? There was actually some cool stuff in the mass issue a few months ago about muscle memory, about how our body changes. Our genetics essentially change. So muscle memory is a very real thing. If you've been training for a long time and you take a break, you'll be able to return to your previous best much more rapidly than you got there the first time. So that's the biggest thing, is getting healthy and getting into a place where your training is going to be back where it was. Now, if you're going through what you describe as a harsh fat loss phase, what a lot of people will do is they'll just skip the gym, right? And they'll just go for cardio, they'll go for ultra low calories. They might even do things like fasting for a day, multiple days, weeks, months. I've seen some crazy stuff going around the internet with these fasts. And to be fair, if it gets you through your goal of fat loss, I'm all for it. Whatever is going to get you to your goal. Once you get there, how do we make sure we avoid fat gain and put our muscle back on? Well, first and foremost, start slow. Get back in the gym, start lifting some weights, and just build your volume back up. Like I said, I'm just now getting back to where I'm doing the same amount of volume and the same amount of weight that I was a year ago, okay? It took me a while, and it's almost something you don't realize. But the other key when you say not putting fat back on, after a harsh diet, our typical approach is, woo, now I can relax, now I can go eat all the things, all the pizzas, all the cheesecakes, all the things that I want. But the truth is, you're very, very adapted to that low-calorie approach. And if you've been eating 500, 800, 1,000 calories for weeks, months on end, well, I'm afraid if you eat 1,600, 2,000, 3,000 calories a day, you're gonna put on body fat very quickly. That's right. Our metabolic rate adapts so drastically to these approaches, and our body is geared to put that fat back on. That is our homeostatic environment. Our body's trying to return. So to circumvent that, you need to have an approach that allows you to add food slowly back in, okay? You can't just slam the calories back in. Also, if you've been doing hours and hours of cardio, you can't just stop doing that. That is now your new baseline for maintenance. I have certainly seen some instances where, when we bring the calories up the right way, bring the cardio down the right way, reintroduce some training, well, we can get some fantastic changes in body composition. The scale might even go up while body fat continues to go down, okay? The overall arching theme is here, it's just gonna continue to take work. You can't put this much work in, months and months or years of work to get the body fat off and expect the work stops. That is not how it works. That's not how it works in life at all. You don't get to work to get to a plateau and then just hang out there by not doing the things that got you there, okay? So, have a plan for when you reach your goal, to reintroduce lifting weights, reintroduce some more calories, making sure you're getting enough protein, making sure you have a plan to come off your cardio schedule and bring it down to a more reasonable level, okay? It's a long process. You can't look at it like a 6-month or a 1-year thing. Look at it like it's the rest of your life. And I promise you, it makes it a lot more sustainable. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for me today. It's Monday and I do have to get back to work and answer my emails so I can travel this Friday to Vancouver. So if you're gonna be at the Vancouver Pro Show, come check it out. My client Rachel competes on Sunday in the pro figure and I'm excited to see her and see you guys in Canada. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.